Hi guys, we're back again for part 3 of how to play and sing your favourite songs without too much musical knowledge. It's really strange because yesterday I put up a video which was just showing, even though I keep saying you don't need any theory, was just showing a little bit of theory, some scales, some chords, how to build a major chord, a minor chord, what an octave was and all that kind of stuff. And I showed it to my wife this morning and she's got no musical knowledge whatsoever. And she couldn't really understand it, and I thought I'd made it as simple as possible. So that just shows you, even in its most simplest state, how complicated music can be for people who are absolute beginners. So what we're going to move on to today is how I learned for the first 2 years of playing the piano during lockdown. And it was literally memory, it was literally memorising chords. I had no idea why the chords did what they did. I just memorised them, and for me it got me singing songs very quickly. In fact, to this point I can now pick a song, get the lyrics, put a chord chart together and probably be singing and recording it in, I don't know, less than an hour now, because I kind of know the chords now, and it's just been simply memory. I've just been memorising the chords in there. So when I see a chord, most of them, I still get confused at some and I've got to go back and check it. But most of the time I can do that, and it's brilliant because I've got hundreds of songs now that I can sing depending on the mood, depending on what I want to achieve. I mean, I'll give you an instance. The song that we're going to be covering today is Nick Cave's God Is in the House. It's an absolutely magnificent song about a small town in the middle of nowhere who have got the most fabulous, pretty little town, and it's safe and it's very conservative and very Christian, and they're absolutely petrified for the outside world, and there's only one person that they can turn to help them not lose their town, who is God. But even they're not entirely sure if he is there, if he can help them. And it's a clever song, it's really brilliant. And the reason I picked this one today is because it's pretty basic chords and we can make our own little version of it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you the programs that we use to do that, starting off with literally finding the song on the internet and finding the lyrics. So if we just pop onto Google here, Google, and we go God Is in the House, lyrics, and we have a pop-up here. Here we go here. So we're going to copy these lyrics here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Word and I'm going to paste the lyrics into Word. Okay, there's lots of lyrics in this one. So we're going to select them all. Let's do this. We're going to select them all. I'm going to make it down to about maybe 10. Yeah, 10 will be fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just put the lines up like this, so that we're getting them all on one page. Now there is other ways to do this. There is places that I've got the lyrics in the chords, but do you know what? I've actually found that if you just do that, it's never right, and it's actually much harder to play and sing, because doing it this way, you're actually learning the song, and because you're learning it chord by chord, it's really easy. Now it's a bit manual, but that's fine. We don't care about that. So now that we've got the lyrics up on Word, we can now go to my go-to program for finding the chords, and we're actually going to manually put the chords in. And by doing it this way, I think you get a better understanding of the structure of the song, and you can see the chords physically when you're putting them in. Because when you do it through a third-party website and say, I want the chords and the lyrics, or you go to ChatGTP and you say, could you give me the chords and the lyrics to God Is in the House by Nick Cave? if you don't really know music structure, you don't really know your chords, you're going to be totally struggling. But this way, it really helps you just nail the chords. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to minimise that just a little bit here. I'm going to come out of here. I'm going to minimise this a little bit here. Okay. And you can see that I have went onto a website here called Chordify. Now, it's not an expensive website. You can have it on your phone, you can have it on your iPad or whatever, and you can also have it on the desktop. I like the desktop version. It's got more features. That's really, really very nice indeed. And what you can do is you can go and search for any song that you want. So let's actually just go into another Chordify. So I don't with that one. So we've got Chordify. It's chordify.net. So if you wanted to sing any song, absolutely any song that's on YouTube. Let's say you wanted to sing Elton John, Your Song. Okay, you'll see that there's a whole list of them here. So you find the one that you want. So we don't want we don't want live version. So we want the classic single version. And you can see it's loading the chords up here. And you can either show it by having a diagram, you can show by having an overview, so it'll show you all the chords. And you can actually even do your own edit, believe it or not. So you can go in and actually change these, and you can change everything in here. But we're going to go back to the diagram. So you can transpose it. This is an E flat at the minute, but of course we can change that to match our voice should we wish, quite simply by pressing that button there. We can loop certain sections of it, so if we're practicing a line, we can loop that line over and over and over again. It tells you the beats per minute, and you can do it on guitar, ukulele, piano and mandolin. We obviously want piano because that's what we're doing today. So what we're going to do is go back here. I've done a search already for Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and I have got it here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into my Word document here, and I'm going to play just a little bit of this because I don't want to get hammered for copyright here. So we're going to play here. There's a little bit of crowd noise at the beginning. So it's C, it's F, D minor G, D minor, oh, no idea where that went, D minor G, and that's the introduction, I think. So if we go further on, I'll head up to here. So we have, finishes off on a C.
We will lay the cables and the wires.
Now you can hear that he's done this line here. We've laid the cables and the wires. Then it's a C, and then he continues on with the C. So it doesn't put it here. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in here. I'm going to put in here the C. Yeah.
We've split the wood and stoked the fires.
Now on the word lit, there was another C. Sometimes you've just got to make them up.
It's out town, so there is no
Place is an F. That's an F. Now, by doing it this way, you're getting the chords in exactly the right place. Yeah? You're getting the chords in the right place to be able to sing it properly. And it's very difficult to do that with other programs. So there's a bit of manual work involved in the beginning of this, but it's all good stuff because it's actually helping you learn the song as well, and it's letting you see the chords that you're actually playing. So that's us on the F there. What's next?
crowd to hide. A little
Church is D minor. So let's do D minor. D minor. And
church is painted white, and in the same
safety. It's a G. It's very clever, this, isn't it?
in the night, we all go quiet as a mouse. For the word is out. God is
God is in the house. God is a C. And we'll keep going.
God is in my heart.
House is an F. And then what I would do is I would black the chords so that they're easier to see. And I would complete the rest of the thing. Now, it doesn't take that long, but it's actually fun. So it's not like a terribly difficult thing to do. So that is, we've found a song, we've heard it on the radio, it's one of our favourite songs. Sign up for Chordify because it's not expensive at all and it's absolutely amazing. Go to the internet, find the lyrics, copy the lyrics into Word, make some spaces so you can put the chords in and try and get it to fit in one page because it makes it easier. And open Chordify, run the song, and simply each time the chord changes on a word, just put that chord in there. And that's going to make it very easy for you then to sit down and practice that song, having Chordify up beside it, so you can go, right, okay, so what's an A major? That's an A major. What's a C? That's a C. And it's absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously, as we move through this journey, we're going to come into more complicated songs. We're going to come into songs that are I've got like sevenths in them, and we haven't talked about that yet. We're going to come into things that have got sus chords in it, but don't worry about that because literally there's a diagram there which will tell you exactly what it is, and it's just memory. And honestly, please trust me on this. Once we start to remember this chord and that chord and the next chord, all of a sudden, and then you go away and you come back to that song, all of a sudden it's lodged in there and it does become easier as time goes on. It's like anything, nobody became great at doing anything by not practicing. And you got to sit down and just play the chords, just have a bit of fun. Don't worry too much about the lyrics at the minute. Don't worry too much about the singing, should I say, at the minute. Just get the song down on paper so that you can sit alongside Chordify, whether you're printing your chord sheet off and putting it at the piano and having Chordify on your phone or your iPad, or you've got them side by side like I have here on the computer, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is get it to that point. And now what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and actually go through the song and go through the chords and just see if we can make it sound half decent. That's the plan. Okay, see you in a minute. Guys, we're at the piano and this is the exciting bit. This is where we're going to actually start to learn the song. So I've finished off the chord chart. And one thing to say before we kick off is anybody is looking for this chord chart from me, please don't hesitate. Just go into the comments, just type yes please, or yes, that'll do. Let's not make it too complicated. Type yes and I'll send you the chord chart. I'll see if you're doing that. I'm going to do that with any song that I cover. So we've got our chord chart here. We've got our chordify so we can run along, which is absolutely fantastic. We can see the chords, where they change. We can, between the two things, learn this song very, very quickly. This is a brilliant song to start with, by the way, because there's only 4 chords in it, right? C, F, D minor and G. That's it. That's all the songs in the entire song. So like, this is brilliant, right? So one thing I did notice is this song is in the root. So it's in the C is the root. It's middle C, okay? Here, 1, E, G, C, it's here. Now that's all very well and that's fine, and we're going to play it in that, we're going to learn it in that, but then I'm going to put up the second inversion chords so I can show you how much more simpler and I think how much nicer it is to hear it in that, or play it in that inversion. So if we look here and we have a little listen, let's have a little listen to the beginning of this again. Right, so he's starting it in this particular version, he's starting it without any introduction, but I'm going to do a little introduction. So the introduction is this, it's C, the root of C, yeah? C, okay, F, D, G, back to C. Okay. Now, if you want, you can just start with the C and start singing. Yeah. So it goes like this. It goes. We've laid the cables and the wires, split the wood and we stoked the fires, lit our town so there is no place for crime to hide. Little churches painted white, and in the safety of the night, we all go quiet as a mouse, for the word is out there, God is in the house, see. God is in the house, F. God is in the house, come on, cause worry now, G. God is in the house, C. So you would just practice that. So you practice your C. Practice the C to the F. Practice the F to the D. Practice the D to the G. And practice back to the... So you're getting your chords in your head, simple. It's telling what the chords are. Chordify is showing you what the chords are. And between sitting practicing, running it over and over and over, it'll soon become very, very easy for you to do. So if we, how do we jazz it up a little bit? I mean, literally, I'm not really spending much time, not much effort in my singing at the minute. I'm not even really spending much effort in actually the chords and the way they're being played and the emotion in them and all that kind of stuff. I'm literally just getting the chords in my head. Right hand only to start. C, F, D minor, G, C. But you can, of course, then embellish it. You can embellish it by bringing in a left hand. And by bringing in the left hand, we're adding a nice bass note, which is thickening up the sound. Yeah. But you don't just have to play the C. I tend to do that. I would tend to play the C and then play the C in the left hand as well, which is your root note. Yeah? But you can play the G. It still works because it's in that chord. And you can play the E. And each of them will give you a different feeling. You can also play two notes, so you could play the G and the E. What wouldn't you do? I wouldn't play 3 because it's just clunky and horrible. 2's perfectly fine. And 1's perfectly fine as well. So just whatever you're comfortable with, just slowly catch a monkey. Let's introduce the bass notes. Play along. Laid the cables and the wires, split the wood and we stoked the fires. We lit our town so there is no place for crime to hide. Little churches painted white in the safety of the night. We all go quiet as a mouse, for the word is out that God is in the house. God is in the house. God is in the house. No cause to worry now. God is in the house. So, just practice and practice and practice and get the chords in your head, and you'll be playing this song in absolutely no time. What I'd like to do though is I'd like to show you the inversion of these chords and see how much easier it is to actually play it. So what I've done is I have put them here. If I can open this here and open the chords up. So we can see on the bottom now we have our C, which has been put into its second inversion, the F, the D minor and the C. So on the keyboard it's quite simple. So we go from C here, and then the movement from C to F is literally taking your thumb and your finger that's on the E and just moving them across. So it's there to there, there to there. And then for the D minor, you're moving your middle finger, the finger that's on the C, and you're just moving it to the D. Yeah? And then you're going back to G here. So that laid the cables and the wires, split the wood and we spoke the fires. Lit the town so there is no place for crime to hide. Little churches painted white in the safety of the night. We all go quiet as a mouse, for the word is out there. God is in the house. God is in the house. God is in the house. No cause to worry now. God is in the house. So you can see how much easier that is rather than on the root. So these are the chords at the bottom. There's only 4 of them. It's up to you. You can play the way that the score's been written, the chord chart's been written, or you can have a wee shot at the inverted chords which I put at the bottom there. But just practice. That's it, just practice, and you'll be amazed at how soon you start to remember these chords. And you know, once you start to understand the chords and get the chords, and maybe after a few months, you know, get a little bit of musical theory, absolutely. Understand a little bit more about seventh chords and suspended chords, and you know, different scales and different modes. You know, that's when it gets exciting. But do you know what the great thing is? Sitting down at the piano, right? And playing. That's the key thing. Learn some songs, have some fun at the piano, play your white notes. And enjoy your journey, because it's amazing. We can then play the chords in a different way. We can. You don't have to play like this. No, you can embellish them a little bit. Okay, so you can play the chords so that you're playing the individual notes. You can play more emphasis perhaps on the top notes. So if we're playing the C again, so have a play with them, have a play around, see what you can come up with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record this now, and we'll have something like resembling hopefully the song. I'm going to put that in a separate video, so have a look out for that. It'll be the next part in this series, part 4. And I just want you guys to have fun. If you want this, by the way, this chart, just put yes below in the comments, and that'll be great. And I just want you guys to have fun. I want you to enjoy your piano journey, and I hope this has gone some way to give you a few ideas. So I look forward to doing another video and another song, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye just now.